We're doing the same route that I did last October. Exactly the same. This is with a meetup group, a different meetup group than I did last time. This is the same meetup group that I did the Oil Creek trip with. Jamie, the organizer, she's posting. I'm assuming Bill will be here. She said she's bringing her 2 kids and her dog. Mark, who was on that same trip, will be here. Everybody else I don't know. There was originally 18 people signed up for it. Last I looked, it was single digits. There was 9 people. This is Forest Road 75. Got a paper bag here blowing around. And it is 57 degrees right now. It's supposed to get up into the low 70s today. It's supposed to be partly cloudy. Overnight, 60 to 61 degrees, somewhere in that general area. We'll be down by creek level, so I think it's going to be colder than that where we're camping. And 30% chance of rain starting early morning tomorrow until about noon. We're hiking out. Here's a good shot of Forest Road 75. I don't know how well it's showing up on this little screen, but it's just a straight shot. Beautiful here, though. And I don't think that I mentioned that this trip is 2-day, 1 night, as opposed to last year. We did it in when I was with Doug and Linda. We did this trip in 3 days, 2 nights. And if I remember correctly, this is my trail parking up here. It's definitely the trail parking. There are, just past here is a campground that has pit latrines. I'm going to run over there and try to make sure I use that, because last chance to use an actual toilet until tomorrow sometime. So this ground is very rocky and hard to dig in with all the rocks.
Oh, so smart. Let's try again.
Yeah, that is awesome. Good photo op.
With random people we don't know.
So the song of the day, I was afraid I was going to get this one in my head. I really don't like this song. Drops of Jupiter by Train. I believe that's the band and name of the song. Unfortunately, that's the song of the day. So there's Hazel, the dog. Up in front of me is Bill. There's another girl, Liz, with us. She, her dog is up there with Bill. Behind me is, right behind me is Jamie and Liz. And then somewhere behind them is a girl, Cindy, I think. She's our trail named Rockhopper. And then somewhere behind them is Mark. And he was with, there was 2 other girls that were with him. I think the one girl, she said it was her first time backpacking. So maybe they're going kind of slow. So, what does that make? There was no kids today. So, we have, counting myself, at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, 2 dogs. Mount Laurel in full bloom. It's a lot drier up here today than it was in October, and it's still wet up here. But, at least right now, there's not a stream flowing down through the trail. Because right up here, when I get up to the camp, where I camped at last year, is we basically just filled up our water right in the trail. It was just the stream that was running through the trail. water break, water filling up time. Just past Duncan Burger and heading up towards Lionhead now. Okay, just past the waterfall. This is the rhododendron tunnel. Next thing we're looking for, we're keeping an eye out for the rock cairn on the left, so we can go up to Lion's Head. I believe it should not be far away now. The theory evolving right towards it.
Did you get it? Oh, it just took one jump. Awesome. Can I let her go or?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, I was gonna say, she's gonna be hot on the trail for how long though?
No.
No? Okay.
See, this is not like anything else around like Western Pennsylvania.
You can't find this in there.
No, it's absolutely not. There's a very gentle roll to
Oh yeah.
Oh, everybody's saying hi now?
not that much, definitely
I didn't get over to this side of the rocks last time I was up here. I'm iffy about climbing over some of these rocks because there's just like straight drops down below. Lion's Head, but I couldn't find last time I was here. The actual rock itself, Lion's Head, right there. And we got to go all the way down into the bottom of that valley to get to Red Creek, where we're camping at tonight. We're going to be heading down off the ridge, and we're going to follow below this ridge around that way up to our campsite. Hopefully not all the campsites are taken. There's a lot of people out here today, and I know wherever she's talking about camping, there's like 4 campsites there. So we'll see what happens. I guess this is from water. Just somehow carving the rocks out. Up on top of Breathitt Mountain. If you're coming from through the pine plantation, you see this last fire pit. There's a rock cairn there, rock cairn there. Either one will take you over to Lion's Head, over to the right. And I'll try to remember to film where the rock cairn is leading up to here onto the top of the mountain, off of the main trail. Because it's just a small rock cairn. There's no sign or anything. And the first part of it, it's a pretty big boulder climb for about 100 feet. You're scrambling over boulders. Okay, so that's what the boulder scramble looks like. It's not very long, 100 feet. If you're coming from the north on this rocky point or rocky ridge, whatever this is, from the north you'll come down, you see this little rock cairn. It's easy to miss, but if you're coming from the south, heading north, it's kind of almost behind a tree, very easy to miss. So that's what it looks like if anybody's looking for it. And I saw somebody last time I was out here. I don't know if I edited it out of the video, but there was somebody hiking this trail barefoot. From my understanding, all these boulders, or all these rocks and boulders in these trails used to be at one time old railroad beds. I don't know what they were mining up here, but I think that's what I read that somewhere. And that's up to the top of the cliffs there. I think I remember hearing some other people saying they had climbed up boulders to get up there. That might be another way up. Okay, here's a view coming out. And this is the trail, boulders. Like boulders to the point where you can't even see dirt between them. It's nothing but boulders. Without a doubt, the rockiest trail I've ever hiked. Now I know that once this loops around, and Red Creek will be on my right down in the valley. That's when this nothing but boulders kind of chills out a little bit. It's not completely a pine forest soft walk, but it's not like this for miles anyways. Bill is out of sight somewhere. I don't even see him anymore. Ah, there he is. He's a ways up there. He's a good 200 yards ahead of me. I haven't heard anything from the girls behind me in a while. I feel like they're still back there. There were no options to turn off anyway, so not like they had to guess. Okay, here's one of the old railroad grades. You can see the spikes coming up through it. And our creek crossing is right ahead. And that's where the campsites are at. Right where the dogs are at. Right where Hazel's at is where we cross the creek. So this is the campsite for the night. We were the last ones in here, so we got last choice. So I got no view of the creek. It'd be great if these pine trees weren't here. There's the creek. Ran out of space, so the two girls are over there setting up in that tent over there. That Jamie and Bill, Mark made it, and Liz and she's got a hammock right there. So I'm about to go, as soon as this finishes up here, I'm going to make myself a mixed drink and go find a place to hang a bear bag for the night. So I'll have to do it later in the dark. So we found a recently sawn down tree that somebody had sawed down in the woods and just left it up there. So we just chopped it up. We had an axe and a small folding saw, So we're gonna have a good fire tonight with that. This guy right next to us here is, I guess his name is Bruno. He had ended up hiking with Mark earlier when Mark got separated from us. So he said he was fine with us staying here, and he helped us cut up the firewood. Said he was the second person here, so he got this great site right here. He's got the same war bonnet hammock that I have. This is his view, way better than what I'm looking at. So getting our water right here out of the Red Creek. Yeah, this place is packed. Every campsite's taken. All the way over there. So I already got the bear line hung. It's up there somewhere. I guess we're building a fire here. We're not too close to this one. I'm gonna go filter a little bit more water. I turned this on just in time to catch that big eruption of flame. This thing does not do night vision at all.
Doesn't it?
GoPro.
Yeah. Well, then I will not go get mine.
I'm shooting in Fort, well, 1080.
Well, it is about 7:30 a.m. I thought I heard somebody out talking. I think somebody else is awake. Maybe one of the dogs is awake. The fire is over to my right. The fire is still going. There's so much wood on that fire. I can only see it when the wind blows my tarp up on this side. A good night's sleep listening to the creek. It is, according to my visible gauge, it is 61 degrees, which is what it was forecast to be. I'm gonna lay here for a little bit more until I hear some more people getting up and around. Quilts worked out good last night. Okay, food bag hung right where I left it. This was those girls, Cassie and Tosh. This is their bag. I don't know how they managed to get that rope up there. I don't know if you can tell. They got it strung between all those branches up there. I don't know how they managed that. They get it tied off over here. But, yeah, PCT message for me. Yeah, that was that guy Bruno was up. He was the one I heard. He was the only one in our campsite that was up. And that other girl, Cindy, never showed up. I don't know where she's at. She came in from Michigan for this hike. She was like behind us. She was in front of us. And then Mark finally did show up. Mark and Cassie and Tosh showed up last night, and he said they were she was in front of and behind them at times, and they don't know where she went to, so she never showed up at this campsite. Don't know if she went back to her car or got lost in the woods somewhere, but I'm gonna get this done, at least get some coffee going. Maybe some other people will be up by the time I get back. Campfire still going. Camp in the morning, all done, packed down. All I gotta do is finish eating, finish packing up, and I may hit the trail early, I don't know. It's looking like it wants to rain. So I think there was like a 30% chance of rain. Hazel looking for scraps. I gave her my leftovers yesterday. She ate it right down here on the rocks. Well, as early as I got up, everybody else, all the other campers are out except for our group. There was people all through here. I wanted to check out their sites and check out the creek over on this side. There's one campsite. These people are at some great sites. Check out this one on the end here. I did walk up that little trail right there last night. See if there was any more campsites, but there was nothing. It was pretty much just restroom areas and places to hang a food bag. I'll check it out. Somebody camps on that side. I don't know how they got over there. But this is awesome. There's 2 fire rings right here. They got the chairs set up, the stone chairs, which actually they did work out pretty good for me last night around our campfire. I put my sit pad down on the bottom rock and just leaned up against the back. It was nice. But, oh, this is great. Having my Medaglia d'Oro instant espresso, as Shug calls it. Wow, this is great. And this is one of the first campsites in when you come across. If you're coming from the south, you come through those woods right there. And then you cross where these people are crossing. They're heading southbound. We'll be heading the other way. I think, if my memory serves me correctly, we only have 2 stream crossings, and both of them we're not going to get our feet wet unless we fall in. I haven't come down this way yet. This is the end of this peninsula or whatever. I think there's actually 2 creeks that meet together right down here. 2 big-sized creeks. I don't know why I didn't think about coming down here. Look at this campsite. Well, not much in the way of tree selection to hang a hammock, but very awesome place to sit, chill on this log. Oh, this is incredible. Wow. Look at this. So we got the creek that, let me come down here to be able to see this better. So this must be Red Creek right here. This is the Red Creek Valley. That is just so cool. And this is the creek over here that we were camped by last night. Oh, wow. This is so beautiful. As I'm exploring a little bit more here, come down over here, and there's another view of the creek that we slept by. Look at that campsite right there. Besides that fire ring. They got the chairs looking out over the creek. I did not know about that site at all. That's accessible from the other side. When we were looking for a camp last night, we got our last pick over here. I don't know if that one was available or not, but if I didn't know about that, we'd have checked that one out for sure. Well, I think Mark is ready to go. Liz is pretty much ready to go. Just wait on Jamie and Bill to finish packing their packs up. And those other 2 girls, I don't know, they're not going to... I hope we're not planning on waiting around for them, because they haven't even done anything yet. I gotta get out of here. Alright, I just finished the Dolly Sods trip, second Dolly Sods trip, and it was perfect weather until we got within a half a mile of the car, and it downpoured. So yeah, every trip I've done this year, it's rained or snowed, so I knew I shouldn't have even thought about it. Today, on the way back from the campsite, We did 3.46 miles in 1:42:30, 996 calories. Average pace 29.39 minutes per mile. Average speed 2 miles per hour. Max speed 9.3. Elevation gained 675 and lost 308. And there is the trip back. I do want to pull up yesterday. Yesterday I came up with 13.03 miles, but it was actually, I was checking it with Jamie's Fitbit, was pretty much spot on with this, and so was Mark's app. He has the All Trails app. This thing shut off on me for 1 hour and 22 minutes, but that's when we took a lunch break at the bottom of Lion's Head, and then we walked up to Lion's Head and came back down. That whole time, mileage wise, was not on here, so there's about a mile that was not on here. So Jamie had 13.9 on her Fitbit. So 8 hours and 30 minutes yesterday, 4,000, almost 5,000 calories burned. Average speed 1.5, max speed 9.8. Elevation, we did 2,000 feet roughly, somewhere in that general area. So the trip that we did, let me get that on here. I am right here at Blackbird Knob Trailhead. We came across down here. We cut up to Lion's Head, then back down. This is where we took our lunch break, and then went up to Lion's Head, back down. Came down around 5:54, up onto the green 5:14, and we camped right here where the two main creeks come together, and then the out today. So what is that? 14 plus what did I do yesterday? 17.4, 17 and a half miles roughly. So it was a good trip. So I gotta head back. Again, working with the same paper directions that I had last time, just reversing these. And of course it's time to find a McDonald's, which I know it's gonna be Deep Creek is the closest one. So that's it for today.